really kind of fucked it up. Telling him about the priest, like, pretty much made it to where I couldn't talk to the guy anymore. It's like, but I need one more thing from the dude. Damn it. In God's hands. Oh yeah, guy with broken leg, so on and so forth. I need to talk to her about both of them.
For the love of God!
What's wrong with that man by the altar?
He had a...
My God.
And what
Well, I can
Straighten his
try.
leg.
you?
Unfortunately, you have to play.
What about Philip?
What happened to But you know what?
Maybe.
But what can we do?
Us.
And where is he?
You know he left.
And does anyone...
Okay. Oh, excuse me. Let's reset that guy's leg. At least they don't make the sound effects of setting his leg back into place and screaming. Much appreciated. Even though that would be more, like, realistic. Like, ooh, ooh. Let's see, so I'm guessing we can't really do anything. This guy? No, we can't do anything for Philip. Would won't allow us to do it. Okay. Go. This says find Father Simon. You shall see. Do 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 do. I can't wait for Animal Crossing to come out. It's the only thing I've been thinking about, other than wanting to beat this game. I just need a little bit of Animal Crossing in my life. I can always just boot up New Leaf again for a bit, but it's like, I don't want to revisit my... Oh, trust me, I'm thinking about Doom as well, but we won't be able to get Doom until some financial gold comes into our household. We can't get Doom yet. We don't have the money. Sadly. I wish we could get Doom. I would play that on day one if I could. I think Doom Eternal would be my game of the year. I'm like predicting it. It's my game of the year. Trying to use your headset more often. Yeah, you need to use your mic a lot more. Just, if you can, get into the habit to where you're using your mic 100% of the time. That way you can
I'll be with you.
practice speaking English too.
I see there's not much going on around here. So you've stayed here on your own?
Quite so, all by myself. All the others were either killed by the humans or fled to Rattay.
I'm sorry to hear that. And what's keeping you here, alone?
My older brother ran away with the wandering players, so when our father was on his deathbed, he made me swear I'd never leave our home.
I can
Like
see you
a
took your
technical
vow
problem?
seriously.
I did. And it's starting to get dangerous around here. Again.
The humans.
If it were humans, I'd grab an axe and that would be that. But a week back, some rabble made their way through here. They begged me for food, and mark my words, they weren't taking no for an answer. If they'd been just a tad hungrier, I swear they would have stormed the cottage.
There are gangs like that around, true enough.
I don't know, technical problems? Oh, it's just on your end.
I saw the mess they left behind. Savages.
It was horrible. People tried to find shelter in the church, but them dogs was waiting. They knew too well that's where folk would try to hide.
And where did you hide?
By the grace of God, I got my family away into the woods.
And I don't see your family with you. I hope those bastards didn't sniff them out.
No, it takes better man than them to track me down. I sent my wife to Rattay with some others.
Yeah, some people need like a second person in their channel to keep the conversation going. Especially if your chat hardly ever moves. And trust me, 99% of people on Twitch that stream, they usually have a pretty quiet chat, including mine. My chat is no exception to that. My chat, there are like days where my chat will hardly move. But in a way, if you're a person that can't get into the habit of just holding a conversation and talking on a constant basis, then yeah, having a second person, or maybe two, is usually pretty good. It just depends on the game. Like if you're doing a playthrough like this in a single player game, it's going to be harder to really do that and have the other person on the other end have fun. It's, usually having a second person or multiple people talking to you during a stream, they have to be, in a way, somewhat playing the same game with you or doing the same thing, whatever you're doing. And that's always a nice little juggle. it's always very awkward when all of you are playing a different game and you're all just reacting to different things and talking about different shit that doesn't even relate to the game you're playing. And it some people definitely, when they come to a channel like that, is a huge turnoff. When it's like, oh, this channel's a clusterfuck. Some people like that, some people don't. But gotta figure out what's up your alley. Me, on the other hand, I love it when people join Discord and talk to me while I'm playing a game. But that's usually during late night streams and, we're just shooting the shit and just having fun. But when it comes to playthroughs like this, I'd rather have no one, at least voice-wise, talking to me. Like, chat is always welcome here 100% of the time. So, that's what I like to do.
Do you think folk will ever go back to their homes?
Oh, I don't know about Skallets, but the folk here are sure to want to come back. The only thing they're missing is spiritual support.
Do you mean the priest?
Indeed. When the land's at war, noblemen fight to protect their property. But simple folk want someone to tend their souls.
Of course. But it was the Skalitz parish priest who ministered here, wasn't it?
He did. But there's been no sign of him since the attack. Or at least he's definitely not in Rattay among the refugees.
That's true enough. I didn't see him there.
But if you're interested, young fella, maybe you could help us find the priest we need here.
I can always ask. But I've heard where the Skalitz priest went.
That's great news. Although I had my eye on another priest.
You might as well tell me who he is. What I heard about the Skalitz priest might just be rumors.
True. Well then, a few years ago there used to be another priest in Skalitz. Simon, I think his name was.
Simon. Father Simon. I remember him. That's the one who went missing, right?
Aye. I don't
There
want to
we
spread
go.
rumours, but they say he was in love with his housekeeper. And then she died somehow, poor thing.
That's not a story I've come across.
It only reaches folk who care for such tales. Well, to finish the story, Simon left the parish and ran away. You know that already. There was neither sight nor sound of him for a long time. Until this spring, he showed up here.
And what's he doing here?
That's just it. People say he's become a hermit.
All right. And where can I find him?
I couldn't tell you exactly, but you could start by talking to that girl's parents. Well, they live on a farm nearby, and it's likely they know more. They may even have had words with him.
I'll go and see what they have to say for themselves.
God go with you, lad, and I pray you find him. If some heathen stabs me in my sleep, I'd rather have a decent burial.
Don't worry. I'll bring someone.
God be with you.
Okay, that changed my quest marker. Kinda. So, this quest is within a quest within a quest. Fucking fantastic. Okay. 3 quests all at the same time. You gotta love this shit. Alright, so we need to do Band of the Cloth first, and then we can do In God's Hands. That's way up north, near Skalitz. Fuck. Shit. Alright, let's look at the details of this one first. I think optional, talk to the family. Rovna and report what happened. Alright, let's go to B. We're gonna have to ride there though. Oh hi. Go all the way up north where we haven't been to. So hey, we're opening up the map a little bit more. Why not? We're gonna have to go past Skalitz. I think before we do the big battle, we're gonna have to clean our armor and everything. And that horse is still there. Someone do something! Yeah, we got a marathon horse. And it's also super fast. We never discovered that shrine? What the heck? Woo! Oh, we're coming across the place pretty fast. Ooh, there.
Is someone there?
What's that?
Sorry to scare you, folk.
Good afternoon.
Here to talk about Father Simon.
I'm looking for the priest, Father Simon, and I heard you might know of him.
Simon? What do you want him for?
I'm looking for the priest who used to take care of St. James, and the locals tell me they saw him around here.
I don't know if I can help you there. He'll never go back to his parish if you ask me.
Very well. What is it you want to know?
I've been hearing that Kingdom Come Deliverance has had some pretty terrible optimization. And not to mention, the console versions probably aren't any different Xbox or PS4 comparison wise. Maybe I don't even think it doesn't really matter how strong the consoles are either. Like Xbox has a shit ton of problems. PS4 probably has a bunch of problems. No matter how beastly your PC is, like, yeah. I think if this developer just would have had like another at least year's worth window of development, they could have probably optimized it a lot better. But to be honest, once again, I'm gonna say this for the millionth time, still super impressive that an indie development team made a game like this. So yeah, congratulations for the millionth time.
Where can I find him? He's said to be wandering around here somewhere.
I heard that too, and I'm inclined to
Well,
believe it.
still,
even
it's
though I
still
haven't seen him
optimization no
myself.
matter what.
How come?
After our poor Mary went to her rest, we used some of the money he'd paid us to put a cross up by the roadside. And
Because they were
lately,
working with
there's been
CryEngine.
wreaths of comfrey turning up next to it.
I know that could be
I
somewhat
don't
difficult.
take them there.
Not as bad as
Nor my
Dice
husband neither.
You think Simon does?
or Frostbite Engine.
Who knows? Maybe it's a miracle. I could believe anything. But there's not been fresh ones for a while, so perhaps he's moved on elsewhere again.
I see.
Yeah, imagine if this. Imagine if the team had to work with Frostbite Engine. You would have never seen this game come out. Better be happy they were working with CryEngine. Which, I don't know, they probably would have had a better time if they were working with the Unreal Engine. Not sure. I'm not a developer, so I can't say which engine is easier to work with. Oh, so they're still gonna use they're still gonna use the same engine for their second game? I need to look up what they're actually, at least hints of what they're working on. Hoping the same game in the same vein anyway. Maybe not a continuation of the story or something like that, but it would be nice to have another RPG kind of like this, because I've enjoyed this game. I've already put well over 100 plus hours. I don't even know what hour. I think I'm on hour 10, almost hour 20. I don't know. I've lost count now. I could always just go to my load screen and see.
What went on between Simon and your daughter?
Nothing that hasn't happened before. Our Mary was his housemaid in Skalitz. She was pretty, very pretty. And he was young, and so things went the way they do between comely young folk. She came back home one day, heavy with child.
Yes, these things happen. What can you do?
I said as much. I was just glad our girl was provided for. Only she never had the chance to hold that babe in her arms. She didn't live through the birth.
I'm very sorry.
Such is a woman's lot in life. Men die in battle, and women in the arms of the midwife.
And what happened to Simon?
The poor man, he took it the worst. He was sure God's wrath smote Mary for her fornication.
That's rubbish. People lie together out of wedlock all the time, and God never smites them down.
That's just what I told him. But it's hardly my place to lecture a priest. And who knows? Maybe he was right. The Lord moves in mysterious ways. He was overflowing with grief. He barely spoke, didn't eat, refused to take a new housemaid. And then, one fine day, the presbytery was deserted. It took a good season before another priest came along.
Can you tell me where that cross is?
Certainly. There are settling tanks for the mines to the west of Skalitz. On the hill above them in the woods, there are several paths. Mary's Cross is by one of them, close to the brook.
All right, thanks.
Right. Cool.
I'll be going.
So once we
Very
finish
good then.
this quest,
And if you do find him, let him know that we have no hard feelings.
I'll tell him.
yeah.
God be with you.
Once we finish this quest, we can finish the quest that's tied to this quest, and then get on to the quest that's tied to that quest. Holy shit. The quests are starting to become a shit show now. Ugh.
Who is it?
Wait 1 second. I'm almost about to get lost in what I need to do. Like A's in front? Where is A? I'm missing something here. No, A's. No, that's from. Okay, no, we don't need to do that. We need to go to B. Fuck. Guess we're traveling to B. I'm a damn horse. Don't trample the lady, please. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. The horse is stuck. Fucking Christ. How can you not go above that? Okay, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you try and get your horse to travel upon land that's not even slightly elevated. So we're still going to B. Hope I'm not wasting my time with this. Ooh, that's water. Across the bridge.
Yeah.
It's a pretty game though. It's one thing about the Cry engine. It's just sadly they didn't have enough. They didn't spend enough time with the engine. But can't wait for their second game. Whoa there. Might have to go on foot. Maybe. Not sure. Scarlet's Woods. Ooh! Hey, it's all inside of the horse. Inspect.
This must be that cross. Mary's mother was right. Someone did lay flowers. I should have a look around and see if there's comfrey growing anywhere nearby.
That not it? Ah, comfrey. I don't know if I'm supposed to pick it or not. Let's go to the quest menu. Look around the area. Simon be hiding somewhere nearby. Do we just follow the trail of comfrey? Ooh. Gotta be careful. There's some more comfrey. That's where the river ends. He's not hiding in a very weird area. Battery's on the other side. Oh, there he is. Hi. Tramp. The hell's Tramp?
Hey, you! What are you doing here?
I've come for the priest. Simon.
There's no one here called Ronald.
There is. Do you take me for a fool?
All right, maybe there is someone here. What of it? We're not going anywhere.
Let's see.
I don't know. Imprisoning a warlock can be a dreadful mistake.
What are you on about? Didn't you say he was a priest?
He is. But he's also a warlock. A master of the dark arts. Do you think normal priests go hiding in the woods?
No, but...
Exactly. So if you don't want your eyes to boil up from the inside, your nose to turn into a twisted root, and your tongue into a toad, you'd better start to run. Now!
No. Of course. No, we don't want that. We're very sorry. But if he'd like to leave...
No ifs, no buts. Clear out of here.
Fine, fine. Just take it easy now.
Oh, thank you, my son. I was beginning to fear I'd never get out of here alive.
They didn't look dangerous. The only thing at risk was your
They?
possessions.
They're
I know,
multiple?
poor fools. But I was afraid they'd leave me here. What would I have done then? And to whom do I owe my salvation?
My name's Henry. You may remember me. I'm the son of the Scalit's blacksmith.
Your face does seem familiar. But listen, Henry, I can't help feeling you didn't stumble across me by accident.
It's true. I've come to ask a favor of you.
Me? What on earth could I do for you?
I need you to go back to St. James. The folk there need spiritual guidance. Scalit's is a burned-out shell, and many have died in St. James. They need a priest. Any priest.
I understand, but I have to disappoint you. I gave up my calling. Instead, I've given myself over to repentance.
I know your story, Father.
Then you know what I'm guilty of.
Yes, and I don't want to try to make light of it. Your conscience is your own affair, but I know that deep down you're a good man.
You don't know what you're saying. You don't know me.
But I know what you did. Many priests break God's commandments willy-nilly and aren't the least ashamed.
That doesn't absolve me of my sins. God's law is set, no matter how often it's violated.
You're certainly right, but the people need you. And forgive me for being blunt, but while you can leave the presbytery if you choose, it doesn't absolve you of your duty to Christian folk.
But I'm a sinner. I'm not fit to guide anyone. I'm unworthy to do so.
Priests, bishops, monks, abbots, they're all sinners. Even the Holy Father himself is a sinner. You've done your penance, and now your people need you.
Well, you're probably right. It is my duty. At least for a time, until they find someone better.
I don't think they'll find anyone better in a hurry.
All right. I'll take what I can carry and go back to St. James.
Thank you.
sweet.
Your parishioners will be very grateful. I need your help, Father.
And what's troubling you, my son?
Me personally, nothing. But Sir Divish is wounded and seeks to make his peace. and there are casualties at town